Today, I'll be teaching you how to unlock the AMAX in Warzone in under an hour. With the nerfs coming next season to the M16, the AUG, and the FAR, the AMAX will become one of the best ranged weapons to use. So, let's get right into it. Now the challenge, you've seen it already, 3 gunbutt kills in 10 different matches. What this means is basically you take a rifle, you melee someone 3 times in a game, 10 different matches. Once you get your 3 melee kills in a match, you can basically back out and find a new one. You don't have to play the game all the way through. Now if this was a Modern Warfare guide, I just tell you to put on the breacher device, play shoot the ship, and go wild. But since we're in Warzone, we have to adopt a new strategy that's a little different. Before we dive into the strategy, let me give you a class setup that's going to help you get these gunbutt kills much faster. First of all, you want to pick a rifle that's a high level, so you have all the attachments unlocked. Gunsmith, no brainer, breacher device. This is going to up your melee damage to 135. Now next, what we're going to do is we're going to put the concussive grenade launcher on. This is going to allow us to shoot grenades while we're in the air so that we can just drop onto them and get the melee kill. The rest of the attachments aren't really important, but you can put on no stock to get better movement speed. Then there's the secondary. Doesn't matter what you pick. Perks, I use double time for perk 1. Perk 2, I use restock because we'll be using stuns in this setup. You could also use overkill with a riot shield. It's all up to you. But my perk 3 is going to be tracker, as it allows me to see enemy footsteps around the area. Lethal really doesn't matter, but the most important thing in the setup is the stun grenade. So we'll be using that to hold enemies in place, just like the grenade launcher that I have on the Kilo. Also very important, put on dead silence. This makes your footsteps completely quiet and no one will hear you coming. So for this strategy, we're going to load into plunder and we're going to position ourselves around Storage Town, as it has the close quarter engagements that we need and also has the most enemies. So this method here is how I got most of my kills. It's pretty cheesy, but what I would do is I would take out the grenade launcher and then parachute. Then I would find an enemy on the ground to target, no matter where they are. I would release the parachute, and then right before I hit the ground, I would shoot the nade at them. They get stunned, and then I land, melee them to death. Because you're firing directly down onto them, they don't know where the stun is coming from, and they don't know where to turn. So you could just land on them, beat them to death, rinse and repeat. Now when you're on the ground, you want to use your stun grenades and your tracker perk, and also your headset to listen where enemies are. For most of the kills I had, I would just kind of chill in the alleys here, because it makes you much harder to spot. You'll also want to pay attention to your minimap for any fights that are going on around you, as you could just easily run over there, third party, toss in a stun, and melee whoever wins the fight. If you hear footsteps around you, you'll want to pop your dead silence, as it allows you to run up, not even sneak up, but just run up behind enemies and get the easy melee. If your dead silence isn't charged, you still have the stuns to help you get easier kills. Now in terms of down players, they also count for this challenge, even if you didn't down them. So if you come across a random player who's just waiting to be revived, finish them off, still counts. Now from my experience in my plunder lobbies, most people are just playing solo. So it's very rare that I would see someone actually get downed when I melee them. But I still had to clarify that just in case someone mentioned. Now let's talk about a different strategy that people use to unlock the AMAX and other weapons. And this is taking advantage of the AFK players at the start of a game. For some reason, at the start of most Warzone games, there's gonna be at least 2 or 3 AFK players. For whatever reason, they take too long in the bathroom, I don't even know. So in theory, you could just land before them and get a couple free kills. The problem with this is that most players know of this now, and if you try and do this, you're likely to see a few active players trying to take your kills, or just trying to kill you straight up. I tried this in 3 different matches, and in all 3 matches, there were people trying to do the same thing I was doing, trying to get those free, easy kills. Therefore, I really wouldn't recommend doing this. What's more efficient is just going to Storage Town, using your stun grenades, your dead silence, your perks, and getting the melee kills that way. With sheer sweat and a pinch of luck, I was able to do all 10 matches within an hour. Also, if you need the best Warzone setup for the AMAX, I'm just going to go ahead and put my setup on the screen here. You can pause the video, screenshot, and put on the attachments as you level it up. Also, if you need help leveling up the AMAX, I have a guide on my channel that shows you how to level up weapons the quickest way possible without getting any kills. And with all that, I'm going to go ahead and wrap up the video. Hopefully you enjoyed the video and now have an easier time unlocking the AMAX. One quick shout before I go, if you have any questions or just looking to talk Warzone, you're more than welcome to join our Discord. It's something that we use every day to talk, post memes, and make friends. So if you're interested, the link to join is in the description. My name is Wetzel, and until next time, peace!